back, everyone. So we just got back down to Wraysbury. We're in Jason's again. Excuse the sound of my voice, got a bit of a cold, but we can't miss coming out for the weekly vlog for you guys and for myself. So yeah, we got all 3 rods out, happy, got a nice bit of bait out. We're due to have some stupidly low pressure. It's going into like 980 or something stupid like that, so I'm going to stick a fair bit of bait out and yeah, see what happens. I'm only using boilie, no liquids or anything like that. Just wanted plain boilie to break down nice and easy. I've only just put the hoodie on. Nice new ooh, what's this? Ooh, Forge Tackle hoodie. This is one of the samples, so the finished product may be a little bit different, but hey ho, this is absolutely been so comfortable and warm. So yeah, back to the fishing. I had a really weird occurrence. Spomming out to the right rod, and obviously with the seagulls you have to sort of leave it there for a second because they dive down and they try and get everything. So I left it there. Seagulls are like hovering as they do, and a carp's come up and it's smashed the spawn with its tail. It's really weird. So I was like, okay, fair enough. Just carried on there baiting. I'm starting to get a few liners, so maybe they're grubbing already down there. But the plan is use the spawn, and then when it gets a little bit darker and the birds can't get the baits, throw and stick, spread bait out all across the swim, excuse the aeroplane, and see if we can nick a bite. Fingers crossed that we can have one. It'd be wicked. And I've got a weird feeling that they're going to have their big feed up for the winter soon, because obviously low pressure, it's quite warm. I've only just put the hoodie on, like I said. I've had a t-shirt on most of the day, so hopefully we can bag one and then we'll aim to get another one after that. But yeah, we've got a few new bits and bobs as well. Absolute edge. I'll show you these. These are absolutely wicked. Absolutely filthy. Absolutely. I love that word in a minute. Got my new Crocs, but look at those. Fur lined. Ooh. Guess how much? Not even a £5. Go to Aldi. Absolutely wicked. Absolutely. Oh, I'm absolutely going to try and not say absolutely again. You only say a word so many times, it just sounds weird. Like, why does that word make sense for what it is? Absolutely. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm excited. I've been like quite ill for the last couple of days. I say quite ill, really bad sinusitis. Got a bit of energy back today, so yeah. Let's catch a fish and see what happens. First evening, buzzing, got a good feeling, so let's catch a carp. Let's catch a big fat whacker of a carp. As you can see, the flying rat piranha, absolute idiots, are doing what they do best. Hate things. But yeah, a little bit of a wind starting to pick up, but I'm on the back of it, which in the autumn, being on the back of a wind's always sort of an advantage, because you're not at the coldest point, regardless if it's a southwesterly or a northeasterly or whatever. Being on the back of it is usually the warmest point. I'm in deep water. We've got some low pressure coming as well, which, well, one rod's in deep water, about 18, 19 foot. The other one's in probably about 6 or 7, and then in about 10, 11 on the other one. So usually I prefer to be in shallower spots when it's low pressure, but being this time of year, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. So yeah, we're going to slowly, I mean, when the birds, as you can see now, they're paying attention to someone over there, whatever they're doing. When they do that, I'm just going to run down, handful of bait in the throwing stick, boom, as quick as I can, and then sort of be as stealthy. As soon as they clock, they come over. Horrible thing. But yeah, let's see what happens. I'll show you some more new bits and Forge Tackle tomorrow. I won't do it today, we're losing a bit of light, and I want to sort of scan the water and see if I can see fish and bits and bobs like that as well. So if we don't come back to you this evening, I'll see you guys in the morning. Morning guys. Nothing happened through the night. Woke up this morning, I mean it's about 8:30 now, I don't know if you can see this too well. It is like basically still quite dark outside. The wind's blowing ridiculously. It is absolutely chucking it down, and it's going to be like this pretty much all day. So we're going to be sat in the bivvy all day. Fun times. But if we get the chance, we'll show you a couple of bits. It's not looking good considering, well, light levels, it's not the best. And I don't want to roll down this part of the door. Oh, it's just rolled up with the wind. I don't want to roll it down too much because the rain will start coming in. So yeah, we'll do what we can when we can. Fingers crossed. I mean, we can still get a bite in this weather. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, and we'll see you guys soon. Right, we said we're going to be sat in here all day. As you can see, I'm absolutely soaked. Now, as you can see, there's a net down there, and there's one rod missing. Just had an epic battle. I got a little, when I say little chunky one, it's like a little football. It's probably like a fat. It's like me if I was a carp. So yeah, happy days. This weather, I mean, have a look. It's like good fishing weather, but crikey, horrible weather to play a fishing. Well, that thing gave me a rock and a half as well. So yeah, we're gonna compose ourselves, get our breath back. I've been running around like a headless chicken. Get the fish on the mat, get some photos and get some video done. So we'll see you in a minute on the mat. I was just about to sort the photos out for that first fish. And the other rod's gone. Manic, the weather. I'm absolutely soaked. Got my old school Prologic Salopet thingy-majogs. Right. Let's try and set up seeing the fish, getting some photos and that, and yeah, to see if the other rod goes. Hopefully not, because I've only got 2 nets and they're both full now. So yeah, happy days. Right, we'll see you on the mat with the first fish in a second. Well guys, this is number 1. You can see what I mean by it's a little fat football. I think it's one of those fish that's held its spawn, so the future of this one is possibly not going to be long. I'm saying that they can live for a while like this, but it's a bit of a shame really. Lovely little fish. You can see the size of the tail why it put up such a scrap. Little cracker. Right, let's have a look at the other side, and then we'll get this one back and have a look at the number 2. Woo. This weather is insane. But 2 fish in short succession, that's quite good. Even though it's short and fat, a bit like me. Little cracker. Right, let's get it back and have a look at number 2. Right guys, this is number 2. Little rocket. Lovely looking carp. It's quite similar to Rosie by the looks of it. I have to check the photos to see how similar it is. It's a cracking example of a carp. Not the biggest, but look how dark it is. Stunner. Right, let's have a look at the other side. Well, here she is. Absolute little cracker. So happy to have 2, especially in this weather. Right, let's get her back. Alright, I just got back to the swim. I had to pop to the shop to get some new lighters. Mine decided to stop working. But saying that, they've lasted me about 2 years, so can't go wrong with that. I don't smoke, so they only get used to blob stuff and melt shrink tubing and all sorts like that, so yeah, they lasted quite a while. I'll show you the rigs that I caught the fish on as well. I'm using the new Continental curve hooks from Forge Tackle in size 4, micro barbed. Fantastic hook, brilliant for the rigs that I'm using, and the hook holds were spot on, so we'll see you in a second in the bivvy with the rigs. Right guys, so as promised, these are the new Continental curve hooks. Focus a little bit. Great hooks for the Ronnie rig, bottom bait rigs, all sorts really, to be honest, other than like your trolley rigs, because they don't have the outturned eye. I'll pack it here for you. Lovely shape on them. Let's see if this will focus. It's not going to focus really, but you can see absolute little weapons. Sticky sharp. Literally, you can see I'm literally just touching that. That's straight out of the pack as well. I give them a little bit of a spruce up just to make them even more sharper, but if I'm honest, you don't really need to. I'll show you what they look like on the rig. This one's absolutely wrecked because I've had a fish on it. So there. Just using it on a little Ronnie rig. Obviously I have it a bit more bent over than that, it's just straightened out from where I've had the fish. So I have it sitting like that, sort of. And it's just literally like a raptor claw, to like, just ready to grab hold. And it just buries straight in, straight away. Absolutely mint. Brilliant, brilliant hooks. I mean, look at that. I mean, a lot of people like to use wide gapes and like the curved shanks. This one's got like an elongated shank with a curve at the top. So it creates the gap just here, the gape, sorry, between the bottom and the point of the hook. It makes that a bit bigger. So for me, it gives more space to be able to enter the fish's mouth and catch hold. Whereas a lot of rigs, like Ronnie rigs and stuff like that, or little pop-up rigs I've used before, if the lower line you have them, the lower they sit to the deck, so the less of a gap you've got for the fish to be able to get its mouth around it and hook. Obviously the rig lifts up and comes back down, or whatever the mechanics of it. But I think the bigger, it's like, if you imagine chog rigs, like you've got the bend in the rig, and then you've got the hook as an extension. So the bend in the chod filament is almost like an extension of the hook. And I think they obviously work so well in hooking because it's almost, you've got that massive gap to like grab hold into the flesh of the lips. So I think these, I mean the hook holes I've had, first time I'm using it, and the hook holes have been mint. Right in the bottom, well, one of them was smack in the bottom, one of them was just about there, and they were absolutely nailed as well. So yeah, worth a go. I'm going to keep using them. I'll let you know how I get on. But so far, 2 fish, double take on the first morning. I'm not going to complain. Can't go wrong with that. So saying that, let's get the rods back out, get some more bait out, and see if we can have another one. Thinking about doing this for a while. I'm going to start doing like a little series within the vlogs. I'm going to call it Edge of the Week. So this week's edge, well, it's not really this week, it's been since I've had it, it's been an edge for me in my fishing. This little baby, it's from a company called LCA Tackle. It's called the GOM. It's a hook sharpener. It's not like your Point Doctor from Gardner, you don't do that with it. This is what you do with it, and a lot of people that I've shown think I'm absolutely mental, but it's how you do it. You get the hook, you pop her in like that. Once she's in, just twist back and forth, 5-10 seconds. We're only doing for a few for this one. And what happens is the fibres inside this are constantly pushing against the hook, so the whole way around the point, not just the front side and the 2 sides, sharpening the whole of the hook. If you look at that, you see it's a little bit brighter along there. That is ridiculous. It's made, the hook was sharp at the start, don't get me wrong. I didn't particularly need to do it, but this just makes it like that extra bit of sticky snout. Right, my fingernails. Yeah, it makes it that little bit more sharper. It's just mental. Like I was saying, it doesn't just do like with your jag files and stuff like that. You do it up, you do the sides, whereas this does the inside as well, and you can't do that with a file. And I think that's an edge in itself, because with the files you're actually like pushing away, you're grinding away at the hook itself, whereas this, it just slowly hones around the whole of the point, and it keeps its strength. I haven't had any hooks break or anything like that, whereas ones where you super sharpen up, if you have a fish you have to swap the hook over, or if you dink the point a little bit you got to swap the hook over, whereas this, that is as strong as what it was out of the packet. And what I do after I've done the sharpening, I'll get a pen, just colour it up a little bit to protect it from eroding and corroding away or whatever. And yeah, it's wicked. So that is my edger this week. It's called the GOM LCA tackle. Give it a go, it is blooming mint, trust me. Alright, that's the rods all back out. I'm always less confident, I say it all the time, I'm always less confident when there's a crosswind with the line lay. It is what it is. They all donked down lovely, don't get me wrong. Baiting up was a bit difficult because obviously the crosswind as well, but it's, well, I know the rods are fishing, I know the bait's in the general area, it's hit the clip, I've landed bang on a few times have been off to the left or to the right, just trying to sort of cater for the wind. So I'm 80% happy, 80% confident. After having two fish as well, yeah, let's say 85%. So it's, yeah, it is looking good. The weather has calmed down a lot more compared to what it was earlier. The pressure's dropping to like 970, which is like so low. Southwesterly as well was like, if you was sat home looking at the weather app or anything like that and it said these conditions, you'd be itching to get to the lake, and having to already, so let's have a chunk. Be quite good. I'm gonna have some lunch now, and then I'll come back and I'll show you a couple of little bits and bobs that I got from Forge. This is absolutely hammering it down outside. We'll show you my latest edition of one of my bits from Forge tackle. It's a nice little hard case. I'm basically using this to store my Ridge Monkey charger, head torch, receiver, and anything else electrical that will fit in here. All bits that I would take out at the start of a session, so I don't have to root around for them. They're all just in one case, nice and neat and organised for me. Got a nice carry handle at the top, and also inside you've got this little pocket here. Nice for your like gate keys, membership passes, rod licenses, wallets, van keys, car keys, whatever you want to put in there. It's nice and secure. Obviously it's empty at the minute because I've been using mostly all of that this session. Yeah, it's a great little bit of kit, and it's helping me become organised with my fishing stuff, which is not like me. I'm usually just chuck it all in the bag and then find it as and when. So it's nice to start being organised, and this is a great little addition to my armoury of Forge tackle bits and bobs to keep my gear safe and keep it organised. So check it out on the website, it's forgetackledirect.com. Lovely bit of kit. Morning guys. Got absolutely bugger all sleep last night, and I like to say that's due to catching loads of fish, but it's not. Just didn't sleep very well. Nothing happened on the fish front. Lake's flat calm now, which is going to be absolutely brilliant for putting some bait out, getting the rods out as well. So I mean, it's probably about 8:30 now. We'll leave it till, do what we used to do in the swim, we'll leave it till about 1-2 o'clock, and then we'll get the rods out and then hoof the rest of the bait out for the last night and see what happens. Yeah, once I'm awake a bit more, I'll show you the rest of the little goodies from Forge Tackle. It's only a couple of little bits, but all things that are pretty much essential and what everyone uses. Stuff that I did without for a while just for the sake of doing without it, but now that I've got it, I'm mega happy. So we'll come back to you when I'm alive more and I'll show you those bits. Little update guys, we've got some serious bubbling going on. It's like right in between my right and middle rod, so the long distance rods. But saying that, last night I turfed out probably about 150 boilies in the throwing stick, so Some of those could have landed in the middle, but we're going to leave the rods where they are another hour or two till about 2 o'clock and then redo them. So fingers crossed one of them rips off soon. Done the rods for the last night, stuck one of these out on one of them. These have been sort of sitting there taking in flavour for probably 5-6 months now, for a very long time. These are one of the first pots that I got off of Baitworks, and what I did is soaked them in the booster liquid, and I had some like almond powder. It's like a bait making almond powder, and I just soaked, like literally soaked and coated them, and they ended up looking like this. Absolutely beautiful. They smell lovely. So yeah, as it's getting colder, Sent from Heaven is going to come into play, so I'm going to always have one rod on that from now. And with the extra attractors and liquids in it, it's going to be pumping out flavour and smell for absolute donkeys. Lovely bit of kit, and they smell beautiful. Right, we'll see you outside in a second with one of the new bits from Forge. Right, now don't get me wrong, these aren't a game changer. They ain't going to catch you more fish or anything like that, but when you've got yourself an 8-foot landing net pole, these really do help. Obviously it's just a net float, you've seen them all before. Nice logo across the side of it. Lovely bit of kit, got them on both the nets. And yeah, I love them. They make them look even cooler. And to be fair, let's continue the sort of review of the camo net. Absolutely loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Loving it like this. Honestly, it's wicked. Nice soft mesh. And the favourite thing for me, if you look at the swim here, you look down there, obviously we've got the rods, they're poking out, so say they're poking out about, from the edge of the bank, about 6-7 foot. And when I'm netting a fish, I don't want to be anywhere near the rods, I don't want to be anywhere near anything. And usually, well, before, there's only a little bit left here, it's starting to die away to be fair, but before you had the weed. So with this net and the long pole, I can reach as far as I like. And when I prefer to net the fish a lot further out. When you get them closer and closer, you've got more faffing around to do with the rod. It's a bit easier when they're sort of just gliding towards you, having that little bit of length compared to say a 6-foot like pole. You've got the extra 2 foot, which it does help. It don't sound like a lot, but it really does help to get the fish in the net as quick as possible. Yeah, I'm loving them. They're not even expensive. I think they're about between 30 and 40 euro, which is nothing really. If you think that in pounds, it's like, apologies for the conversion here, it could be completely off. It's between like 25 and 40 quid, if that. It's nothing for a net. It's wicked, it really is. So yeah, we won't show you any more bits. I'll save that for the next vlog. I'm going to crack on with the fishing now. It's looking absolutely lovely. All the bait's out. I think I'm one of 3 people max on the lake. I think there's 2 of us actually. So yeah, fingers crossed we have one. Well, fingers crossed we have another one, because we've already had 2. Let's not forget that. Oh, we'll keep you updated. Right guys, going into the evening time, seen a couple shows beyond where I'm fishing. But that's normally a good sign, because they usually come over and have a feed, so a little bit confident. This little one's absolutely shattered. Yeah. Bless him. So yeah, we're going to have some dinner, and if nothing happens for the rest of this, woohoo! Just saying that. See all that just there? One just literally hoofed itself out. That's on the right side, so not past the islands, it's on my side of the island, so sweet. So yeah, we're gonna have some food, and if you don't hear from me for the rest of this evening, then I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. But fingers crossed something happens tonight. See what happens. Morning guys. I am absolutely shattered. Struggled to get much sleep last night, to be fair. Nothing happened with the rods. My receiver's dead. Oh, I wonder if you guys just saw that, because I only just see it when I turned around. Fish just showed us there, which is pretty close. Well, to be honest, it's quite close to both the rods, the right and the middle. which is quite a good sign. We're going to slowly start packing away. I might extend that a little bit more now. I've been sleeping most of the morning because nothing's really been happening. I've been tired, so it's about 10 o'clock now. We're going to aim to get home for about 2-3 o'clock. I want to sort of, well, especially after seeing that fish. I've seen a few show as well. There's a bit of bubbling going on behind the middle rod spot. After seeing all that, I'm going to sort of stay here as long as possible. Not as long as possible, to be fair, but until the bite time that I believe in this swim is finished, so around 1-2 o'clock. So yeah, fingers crossed something happens. A bit more confident now seeing that fish show. But I'm just going to pack away all the niggly little bits, and then yeah, we'll keep you updated if anything happens. Right guys, unfortunately it's that time again. It's pack away time. But we've had 2 fish, so can't really complain. It's not been a blank. We've now got 2 more lovely carp to add to the Wraysbury album. The wind's now slightly coming towards me. Who knows, if I'd have stayed another night I might have had a bite, but I've done 2 nights now after catching fish and not had anything, so it's a massive gamble, and you never know what's down there, and you never know if they're going to take your bait or not, so it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the vlog. If you have, drop a like down below, and for you guys that haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It means the world to me, the support. But what I'll do is I'll leave a previous video here, one on this side as well, and a subscribe button in the middle for you guys that ain't subscribed already. Hopefully you enjoyed this, guys. Catch you on the next one.